boxing.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. Thank you for tuning in as always. Shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to anybody new locked in. This week's fight, Brandon Figueroa, the Heartbreaker, takes on Mark Magnifico Magsayo. This is an amazing fight. Yeah, it's going to be violent for sure. I think it's probably going to last quite a bit of time, but it is a fascinating matchup because Brandon Figueroa throws an absolutely tremendous amount of punches, comes forward, attacks the body. He's got an amazing chin, which I think is probably going to be the difference in this fight, and I'll get more into that later. But obviously, Mark Magsayo, explosive, dynamic puncher. This is in the featherweight division. This is for the WBC interim belt. But essentially, Brandon Figueroa, his only loss is to Stephen Fulton, which there's no shame in that. And that was a close fight as well. You know, and Stephen Fulton was definitely fighting with him on the inside, but like Brandon Figueroa gets to people, you know, and he's going to put a lot of pressure on Mark Magsayo. Magsayo, for me, he can be a bit clumsy at time, you know. I think to beat a fighter like Figueroa, really, you have to have a few more wrinkles in your game. And I personally don't think Magsayo does have that. And I actually think that there's a good chance that Magsayo might get stopped. I'll talk more about that later in the video. But Brandon Figueroa, look, when you have a really good chin can win you fights. All right, you can obviously walk someone down and take their best shots. You're wearing them out psychologically. They're hitting you with their best shot, and you're just walking through it, and their energy bar is going down. You know, yours is too, but he's going to get to Magsayo, and because he's got a good chin, I think he's going to be able to take Magsayo's power. Now, one thing that he does do a little bit often, Figueroa, that is, which is a potential opening for Magsayo, is Figueroa does come in and he leans his head in a little bit. You know, he comes in a little bit clumsy with his head leaning in, and you know, Magsayo, he's a pretty good counter puncher as well, but there's definitely a right uppercut right there, especially if Figueroa does this interesting thing where he sways from southpaw to orthodox. I think he's doing it deliberately, but it looks quite natural. And you know, Figueroa does a lot of stuff on the inside that isn't just, you know, some people think he's just some volume punching, you know, brute, which he is, but there's some cuteness to it a little bit. And how he gets his attacks going sometimes is he does have a southpaw orthodox switch hitting ability. But if he does end up in a southpaw position, Magsayo can certainly catch him with a mean uppercut, you know. And Magsayo's got a pretty awesome left hook as well, and he's got a pretty decent right hand. So it's going to be interesting just to see how good Brandon Figueroa's chin is, because I haven't seen him hurt yet. I haven't seen him down. I went through his box rec yesterday, looking through all his opponents who's never been down, and I don't think he's been hurt. But I haven't watched all of his fights, so if you do know that, shoot it in the comments below. But it's just going to be an amazing fight. There's no two ways about that, because Magsayo isn't a pure boxer. He's a puncher boxer. He likes to scrap as well. He's been in 2 life and death situations, maybe more, but 2 that I can remember. Definitely Avalos and Seha. He's been down, and he's been hurt, and he's been badly. You know, he went life and death. You know, he came out on top, and he's a warrior. Do you know what I mean? So he's going to be fighting till the end, and his power lasts quite late as well. And you know, I think, but for me, I think, you know, Brandon Figueroa is going to make him fight. He's going to be on him all the time. And the question is, like, what can Magsayo do other if the power isn't working? Because you're going to have to rely on maybe some footwork, which he's a little flat-footed. He's a little clumsy at times. He's, you know, you need to really be fleet-footed and more of a boxer like Stephen Fulton, who can do that. You know, he's very versatile, Fulton, but Magsayo doesn't have that in his back pocket. So if he can't get Figueroa out of there, I would suggest that Figueroa is going to get him out of there. You know, it could. I think for me personally, it's going to be a late stoppage for Brandon Figueroa, maybe rounds 10 or 11. But Like I said, I'm not ruling out Magsayo with, you know, an explosive couple of shots that can either put Brandon Figueroa down or hurt him, slow him down, maybe. But I don't think he's going to stop Figueroa. I don't think he's going to really. I say I don't think he's going to hurt him. He probably might hurt him, but will he put him down? I mean, this the heartbreaker, man. He looks like he's 16 years old, and he's got a chin like that. He's got a warrior spirit. He's a tough dude. You know, Magsayo's tough as well, and this is why it's such a great fight for boxing fans. This is on Showtime this coming Saturday. So, but yeah, very, very fascinating fight. So far, so good for this season for boxing. It's been such a marvelous couple of months, and well, 3 months, well, 2 months, and you know, we've had the Tank Garcia fight made, and I'm very optimistic. I think it's great, and I think this is just another, you know, unmissable fight that's going to be great. Let me know your thoughts in the comments to see, you know, let me know what you think about this fight. Do you think Magsayo can do some damage on Figueroa? Do you think, like me, that Figueroa is going to get to Magsayo and stop him because he's a bit more limited and you need a few more wrinkles, like I said, to get through these rounds? But, you know, apologies to anybody that saw the video I made yesterday. I took it down because it was just too much. And it's quite hard to explain, but like I've got an artist side of me where I'm just trying to throw or contain an artist side of me, you know, and sometimes it comes out and it comes a little bit wacky. So I was like, man, that's not, like, I gotta take that down. So I did this one, short and sweet, but to the point. I'm gonna be doing more like this and contain my art, and you know. But anyway, I hope you guys get a chance to watch the fight. And, you know, we'll have another good one under the calendar, and we'll move on to bigger and better things this year for an amazing 2022. Boxing on the Edge, that's it from me. Have a great week.